Right now, do you feel a chilling weight settle deep within your heart? It might be that ineffable feeling that so many people carry, the feeling of loneliness, even when you're surrounded by family, in the hustle of your workplace, or laughing with friends. A moment can hit you where you suddenly feel utterly cut off from the world. The anxiety is deep. Will anyone truly understand me? Is there any way to bridge this gap in my heart? This is one of the most painful realities we face in modern life. The pain you feel, that heaviness in your spirit, is certainly not yours alone. So, where does this inescapable sense of loneliness, this deep chasm we feel between ourselves and others, actually come from? And how can we lighten this burden and find a deeply peaceful place of belonging within ourselves? Today, we are going to search for that powerful answer within the teachings of the Buddha, passed down for more than 2,500 years. Buddhism doesn't simply dismiss loneliness as just a sad feeling. It looks deeply and directly at it as a root of human suffering. And it offers a concrete path to understand and let go of that root. The teaching we are about to explore isn't about trying to force your relationships or circumstances to change. Instead, it will be a beacon, guiding you to discover an unshakable peace and a profound sense of connection in your own heart. In ancient India, in a small village on the banks of the Yamuna River, lived a young man named Anil. He was sociable and well-liked among the villagers, yet deep down, he carried a constant hollow feeling and a profound loneliness, a sense that he was truly connected to no one, even when laughing and working with others during village festivals and gatherings. Anil felt as though he was viewing the world through a thick pane of glass, separated from the joy. The most painful moments were when he felt that even his closest friends failed to grasp his true worries and fears. Everyone only sees the surface of me. No one knows the deep darkness inside, he thought. This conviction made his heart grow heavier each day. One day, Anil learned of Mahara, a sage who sat quietly in meditation on the outskirts of the village. Desperate for relief, Anil visited his hermitage. In the profound silence of the forest, Anil broke down, pouring out the accumulated loneliness and anxiety of his life. Wise one, I am surrounded by people, yet I feel isolated. Where does this sadness come from? How can this person I am, ever feel truly accepted by the world? Mahara merely smiled gently, absorbing the full weight of Anil's suffering. Then, he began to speak softly. Anil, your suffering does not come from a lack of wanting connection with others. No, it comes from the fact that you hold an idealized, unbreakable image of who the true you should be in your mind, and you are desperately seeking external validation, a constant guarantee from the world that this fixed self will never be rejected, will always be loved, and will forever be admired. But every human is fragile and imperfect. You carry a fundamental fear that if your imperfect, true self were to be known by the world, you would be abandoned. That is why, to protect yourself from that fear, you have unconsciously wrapped yourself in an invisible, hard armor, the armor of the perfect me. The reason you feel isolated is that you cling tightly to this hard armor. that you yourself created. Ironically, this armor, meant to protect you, has actually closed all the windows to genuine, heartfelt contact with the world. Loneliness is not a state that you consciously choose. Instead, it is a powerful instinct of self-protection, the desire not to be hurt that, in effect, builds a thick wall between people, thereby unconsciously creating the very state of isolation. The Buddhist teaching reveals a profound truth. This I, this self you call yours, is in reality nothing more than a collection of elements in constant, non-stopping change. This is the teaching of Anatta, non-self. This constantly changing you is your true nature. Do not fear, Anil. You are not alone. Your very existence is woven from an infinite tapestry of causes and conditions. Pratitya samuppada, dependent origination, the air, the water, the food, all the people you have met, and every past event. The lungs you use to breathe depend on the air outside. The knowledge you possess is built upon the contributions of teachers and books of others. You are already deeply connected to the world. You simply haven't seen that truth. Mahara's words resonated deeply within Anil's heart. He realized that the source of his loneliness wasn't in others or his environment, but in his own rigid insistence on protecting a fixed, false image of self, thereby cutting himself off from the world. In the days following his conversation with Mahara, Anil returned to his village and began practicing the sage's teaching in his daily life. He first set aside time to observe his own thoughts and emotions. While working in the fields or speaking with a villager, whenever the feeling of, "I am lonely," arose, he trained himself to see it as an objective event. The thought of loneliness has appeared, he would tell himself, labeling the emotion and refusing to be swept away by it. As he continued this practice, Anil experienced a remarkable shift. As the wall of his ego grew thinner, he felt the taut tension between himself and the surrounding world slowly dissipate. Before, he had interpreted the glances and words of other villagers as threats to his fixed self-judgments or rejections. Now, he understood that their words and actions were also simply flowing phenomena, born from their own temporary emotions and circumstances. When speaking with others, he no longer focused on the self-centered anxiety of, "Will I be accepted?" Instead, he was able to listen fully to the other person's words and acknowledge their very presence with an open heart. Surprisingly, the villagers, in turn, began to open up to him more naturally. Anil experienced the truth that when he stopped desperately trying to chase connection to fill his loneliness, genuine connection was born organically. His inner peace, like the surface of a still pond, created gentle ripples in his surrounding relationships. Anil realized that true liberation from loneliness was not found in seeking external ties, but in understanding the truth of Anatta and awakening to the profound certainty that he was already inseparably bound to the world. The loneliness we face in contemporary society is not merely about the amount of time we spend alone. It is a deep-seated suffering born from a deficit of the need for approval, a lack that arises because we constantly measure our self-worth against others. and are incessantly bombarded by the idealized lives of others on social media. We hide our imperfections and weaknesses behind a mask of the successful, perfect self, believing that only this counterfeit self will be accepted by the world. Yet, because we know the truth that everyone is incomplete, a fundamental fear arises. If this mask is stripped away, I will surely be rejected. This primal fear constructs the thick wall between us and others. This wall is the true structure of the loneliness we experience. The core Buddhist teaching that addresses this modern loneliness rests on two pillars. One is anatta, non-self, and the other is pratityasamutpada, dependent origination. First, let's look closer at the hard shell structure, the fixed self, that creates loneliness. We build this shell, this ideal image of ourselves, not because we actively choose to be lonely. We do it because we are terrified of being hurt or rejected. This is a defense mechanism, a completely natural human emotion. However, this hard armor, built for protection, simultaneously prevents genuine intimacy with others. True connection is only born when we are willing to share our vulnerability and our imperfections. As long as we wear the armor, we cannot show our true selves, leading us to deepen the feeling of isolation, the sense that no one truly understands me. The act of building this hard shell is not a conscious choice to be lonely. It is the subconscious result of a mistaken belief, planted by past experiences and social pressure, that says, I must be perfect to be loved. This belief, in turn, unconsciously constructs the wall in our relationships. The doctrine of Anatta reveals the extremely profound truth that the fixed, permanent soul, or self we desperately cling to does not exist. What we call myself is merely a temporary collection of 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. This collection is always changing. Loneliness is born from the desperate effort to protect an image of a self that is eternally unchanging, misunderstood, and special, an image that is as hard as stone. The moment we let go of this hard self and realize that I am a constantly changing, fluid process, the boundary line we drew between ourselves and others begins to dissolve. This is because there can be no fixed wall between things that are constantly in motion. Furthermore, the teaching of pratityasamutpada dependent origination logically proves that this non-self existence is not separate from the world. We are kept alive and constituted by countless causes and conditioned: the air, the water, our food, culture, history, and every person we have ever interacted with. When we feel lonely, we tend to paint ourselves as an isolated dot in the universe. But the truth of dependent origination shows us that we are an inseparable part, woven into a colossal web of life. When we deeply contemplate this profound truth of interdependence, the sensation that I am all alone is understood to be a groundless delusion. The Buddhist teachings are essential for modern people because they dissolve this fundamental misunderstanding. Applying the Buddhist teachings to the challenges of modern relationships, especially the feeling of loneliness, is the key to dramatically alleviating the pain we face every day. Most of our loneliness stems from an excessive focus on ourselves, on how others see me. This self-centered viewpoint is what Buddhism calls attachment to self. To weaken this attachment and build authentic connection, I strongly recommend the practice of loving-kindness meditation, metta meditation. Metta meditation is the quiet practice of sending warm, non-hostile goodwill, the wish that all beings be well to specific individuals and to ourselves. Specific steps for practice: the 4 stages of loving kindness. Loving kindness to self. Start by closing your eyes and silently repeating phrases directed at yourself. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May my suffering cease. This is the foundation for accepting the imperfect you, understanding the truth of Anatta. You cannot genuinely connect with others if your own internal well is empty. In this stage, set aside thoughts of self-criticism and simply bathe yourself in unconditional kindness. This practice of self-compassion is the first step in melting the hard armor created by your defense mechanism against getting hurt. Loving kindness to a loved one. Next, call to mind the person you cherish most, a family member, a close friend, and send them a sincere wish. May they be peaceful. May they be happy. Feel your heart fill with warmth. Loving kindness to a neutral person. Follow this by focusing on someone you feel indifferent toward. The clerk at the coffee shop, a colleague you barely speak to. Acknowledge that they, too, are human beings who experience suffering. Enjoy and wish for happiness. Send them warm goodwill. This step is crucial for expanding the boundaries between yourself and others, thereby thinning the wall of loneliness. Through this practice, you find the common humanity shared by you and them, realizing the truth of dependent origination. Loving kindness to a difficult person. Finally, bring to mind someone who has caused you discomfort or with whom you disagree. Wishing them happiness may feel very difficult. However, from the Buddhist perspective, the pain they caused you was also a temporary phenomenon, born from their own suffering or ignorance. Understand that they, too, wish to be free from suffering, and quietly send the wish. May their suffering be lessened. This stage creates true understanding and forgiveness, fundamentally resolving the feeling of alienation in relationships. By practicing metta meditation for just 5 minutes daily, your emotional focus will gradually shift from the inward-looking loneliness of "how do I feel?" to the outward-looking empathy of "others also want to be happy, just like me." When this shift occurs, you will no longer view connection as a means to gain approval, but as a natural interplay based on the truth of Enji. In addition, incorporate the practice of mindfulness, sati, focusing your awareness on the here and now, into your daily life. When washing dishes, walking, or listening to someone speak, focus your attention completely on the sensations and actions of that moment. When loneliness arises, observe it as a temporary thought or emotion, a phenomenon with a label of loneliness, and recognize, "I am feeling the sensation of loneliness," while avoiding the identification of "I am a lonely person." This practice allows your mind to take firm root in the only reality that exists, the present moment. without being dragged away by past regret or future anxiety. This stability is your true inner refuge, and the power that overcomes loneliness. We have seen today that the feeling of loneliness is not born from external circumstances, but from the attachment to self which desperately clings to the hard armor of a fixed self, created by the instinct not to be hurt. However, by shining the light of the Buddhist truths Anatta and Pratityasamutpada, we can arrive at the unshakable certainty that our existence is already deeply woven into the vast tapestry of the cosmos, and that we are never truly alone. True connection is not something you have to go out and find. It is something that flows naturally from within your own being. Through loving kindness meditation, start by fully accepting the imperfect you, and then expand that overflowing warm goodwill to your loved ones, neutral acquaintances, and even to those you find difficult. This is the most powerful practice for breaking down the invisible walls between you and others, guiding your heart from alienation to empathy. What we truly seek is not validation or likes from others, but a fundamental, heartfelt assurance that our very existence is an indispensable part of this world. Starting today, consciously turn your attention to your breath and the interdependence of everything around you. You are not living this life alone. You are living it with everything. So, why not begin practicing the profound truth of this deep connection that already exists within your heart, starting today? I sincerely wish that inner peace and harmony with all things illuminate your path. If this story resonated with you and provided some insights or learning, I'd be delighted if you could press the like button. Also, if you subscribe to the channel, I'll be able to continue sharing various life wisdom and lessons with you. Please share your experiences and thoughts in the comments section as well. Each person's experience becomes valuable learning for other viewers. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end today. I look forward to meeting you all again in the next video.